Hello, everyone. I'm extremely excited about today's episode. I was excited last week, don't get me wrong, but this one is like no other. This is unmatched. This is also mustache edition because I did not shave my face last night, so I have a little bit of a mustache going on. And the guest I have on, let me just break it down real quick. Last week, got a dude who was 7'3". This week, we got a dude who's 5'3". We got the Dylan Scott. How you doing, Dylan?
Doing great, man. I'm super stoked to be here, and I saw that little bit of a mustache when I came in. One day you'll be like me, bud, and have a full stash. But I see you working on it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever watched iCarly. I mean, you probably have. But the one episode where Sam is like, they're doing that like country bit, and Sam's got a mustache, and Carly goes, "What, you got a squirrel on your face?" That's kind of what Dylan's got. He's got a squirrel going on.
Yeah, going for the full lip broom.
Yeah, which I mean, hey, he's got the stash going, so that's what matters.
That's right, buddy.
So how you doing today, Dylan?
Good, man. Just been running around all day, trying to get things ready for holiday season's coming up. Just been running around and you know, a million things every day, bud.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, I should probably let you guys know, he is my soon-to-be, or my sister's. No, he's my soon-to-be.
We're gonna be brother-in-laws.
Yeah, he's my
April.
soon-to-be brother-in-law.
Yeah, I'm dating your sister.
Yeah.
Engaged.
Yes, engaged.
Yeah. We're brothers.
Yeah, that's.
You're
I
telling
mean, we
me I
already
have a
know.
brother?
Let's say your favorite dinosaur on 3.
1, 2, 3. Velociraptor! Yeah. You want to do karate in the garage? Yup.
Can we make a bunk bed?
Yeah.
You don't need to ask us to make a bunk bed.
You're grown men.
So, yeah. This one's going to be a good one today, guys. I got a gut feeling about it. So, like you said, you've been busy. Do you work tomorrow?
No. I'm off, off from the firehouse tomorrow, and then obviously no more gym, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, full day off. It'll actually be the first day that I don't have to go to like a second job in like 13 years. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel weird?
Yeah, super weird. So a little backstory. I'm a full-time fireman, but I also owned a gym for 6 years, and then before that, I owned a landscape company, and I just sold my business for the gym like a week ago. So I'm just gonna be a full-time fireman. So it's gonna be super nice to just be able to leave the firehouse and go home and enjoy some time off, and then spend more time with Shelby. Just be able to spend time at home, get things done around the house. I'm a little older than Matt here, so I got a house and got a lot of things to work on, and so yeah, I'm super stoked to be able to spend more time at home.
Yeah.
Yep, and be able to go hunting a little bit more and do a little bit of this, a little of that. So.
Yeah, he is not like one of my school friends where it's like, yo, what's up, man? We just graduated high school. Dylan is much older than me.
Yeah,
I do not have a house.
33.
Yeah, that's the difference.
I might be your oldest guest for a while, probably.
I don't know. Maybe I'll get
This is
mom or dad on
the
here.
senior episode.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. Coming into the university here. Like, I went to a really small community college. I went to Cincinnati State. Like, this whole building was the size of my whole college. So
Really?
yeah, dude, it's pretty cool to like come to the campus and stuff and just see it. Like, I don't get to come out this way often.
Yeah.
So just coming here in general, like, it was super fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super stoked to be here all around.
I totally forgot there was a game tonight. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Oh, it's all good.
But, yep. Glad we could get you here.
Yeah, boys.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, boys.
So I'm gonna start it off. Like I said in the last episode, I'm not gonna grill you. No
Yeah,
tough
man.
questions.
Hit me with them, big dog. That's why I'm here.
That's what I should do. Get one of those like big lights.
Yeah, like the
turn
detective
everything on.
lights.
Yeah.
Just so I can just see your face.
Where were you at January 29th, 2013 at 4:31 p.m.?
Probably taking a hard nap. That's nap time.
But yeah, that's Dylan's when he's not working at the firehouse, and even when he was still at the gym, he was probably taking a nap.
Oh, yeah. Big nap guy.
Yeah.
Big nap guy. Got a nap every day.
You played many games lately?
Like, video games?
Yeah.
When the new COD first dropped, I was playing it quite a bit. And then the past few weeks, getting the gym ready to close. I didn't get to play a lot, but I did jump on today for like 30 minutes prior to coming here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get on at least once a week.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah. What's up, guys? I'm here to smoke y'all and beat y'all up. Your dog water. But, no, I mean, I just like to play here and there a little bit. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does Shelby do? She just sitting there? It's like,
dude, like I sound like such a dork, but a loving dork. I try not to play a lot, like if she's home,
mm,
you know, like because I'm gone so much already from the house, but from work. But if I do play, she's usually like she's working still. Like I try not to just play like when she's just chilling,
yeah.
but sometimes I do. I can't help myself.
You're in the other room playing a game, and you're like, Shelby, come look at this. Come look
Yeah.
what I just did.
Yeah, I'll like take photos of my like kill to death ratio or whatever. And like, look, babe, look, and she doesn't give one crap. She
She's
doesn't
like,
care
oh,
at all.
cool.
Yeah, it's like cool, you nerd.
It's like a little kid with their mom.
Literally.
Mom, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at this
That's
new
cool.
attachment. Look at this new attachment.
So, like you said, you just sold the gym.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we met. That's how you and my sister met.
Did you come before your sister?
She was there before me because she's why I started coming to the gym.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I got to know you because your sister came into the gym and was coming for probably about like a year, maybe 6 months or so,
Yeah.
and then you started coming in, getting a little training,
Mhm.
getting strong, getting jacked.
Yep.
And then just one thing led to another. Now we're gonna be brothers.
Yahoo! That's not what I was thinking when I first came to the gym, to be honest.
Duet.
You didn't like have a sign or anything on the wall that said, you know, like come to work out, leave as a brother-in-law.
Yeah, you didn't sign that contract, did you?
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was that like at the bottom, and I
Yeah.
just didn't look at it.
Like, gotcha.
Yeah.
You didn't have your attorney read that over.
Yeah. All my lawyers were like, yeah, no, it looks all
It
good.
looks all good.
And then now I look back and I'm like, oh, dude, right at the bottom, I missed that whole
You
thing.
signed it, bud. Will be family.
It's like when you take a test, you do all the front, and then you turn it in, and someone's like, "What'd you get for the first question on the back?"
Yeah,
Like-
your stomach just drops, and you just have to
Yeah.
like make up like, A.
Or you-
It was definitely fill in the blank, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I meant.
I was just saying like a
Dog.
cool dog is what I was meaning.
Dude, it's a math test, bro. You're just suddenly
Yeah.
like burying yourself down.
So, anyways, back to the gym. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. So Shelby was going there for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started going there.
Yep.
I started going there when I got cut from the basketball team.
Yeah, was that your junior year? Or
Sophomore year.
Sophomore year.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were coming in trying to get a little size on you
yeah.
because you were. That's like before you hit like your big growth spurt. I mean, you
I
were
was-
sophomore in high school. You were what? Maybe 150.
Oh yeah. I was maybe like on a good day like 160,
I was gonna say
Maybe
yeah.
170.
And what are you at now?
220.
Yeah, a
I wanna say.
lean muscle, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put on.
220.
Yeah, you came at the right time, like to put size on while you were growing. You know, in high school.
Mm,
Yeah, you definitely packed on a crap ton of muscle.
yeah.
So
I remember when I like first decided. I was really nervous. I was so nervous.
I know you were.
Shelby was like, "Yeah, you should come to the gym with me," and I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to, but like I got this." I was just like, I was nervous I was gonna go and it's gonna be like a bunch of meatheads and they were all gonna be like, "Yo, who's this little kid?" And I was just gonna be like, "Guys, I just want to get big, guys.
Yeah.
It's that simple."
No, you came in. Yeah, you're very much like your sister. You and your sis both were super quiet
Mhm.
when you first came in. Like I would try to talk to you, and you would just sit there and go like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude, is something wrong with this guy? Like, is he just always mad? And I just found out it's just you. You were just nervous, and then it really showed. What I think a lot of it was is your concentration. Like you wanted to do really good. So when we say the gym, it was actually an Olympic weightlifting. We were a team. So Matt was coming in and training for Olympic weightlifting. So it wasn't just like banging out some bicep curls. Like
Yeah.
what we did was extremely technical. And you could tell you wanted to learn the lifts as best as you could, and you wanted to be strong, and you wanted to be competitive. So some days like they weren't going really good, and you could tell like it like bummed you out, and like you were just super focused, super like on point with it. So I was like, okay, I get it. He's not just quiet; he's just super concentrated.
Yeah, I was always, I mean, all of us, me, and both of my sisters, we grew up, and it was just like we were all really competitive. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know if it was like,
yeah, your sister's super competitive. She's never wrong.
yeah. I mean, you remember like one of the first days I was there, I don't think you had me, because I mean, the first few months it was just like technique and stuff. That's
Mhm.
what you're having me do.
Yeah.
And I remember you had both of us do wall sits.
Dude, it's on my memory right now.
Do you, is it
It's
really?
on my Snapchat memories. It's this week.
That's
I think
hilarious.
I would pull it up. It would make a bunch of noise. I think it was 4 years ago. I just saw that today. Yeah, you guys were doing wall sits.
Yeah, it would be like, it, yeah, it was probably 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy you said that. Hold on. It was, yep, this week, 4 years ago. So yeah, you guys were like battling each other.
Yeah.
Like would not give up because it was just you two.
Yeah. And it was, I'll just break it down for you guys. When I was little, my sister is 7, 8 years older than me. So anything she could possibly get the edge in, she was going to try her hardest to get the edge in. I mean, I was like, I don't know. She was in like high school. So I was probably like 6, 7. She pulls out a hurdle, a full-sized hurdle, because she did track and like cross country and all that stuff. And she goes, "Hey, Matt, you think you can jump over this? Watch, I can." I'm like, dude, I'm 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I can walk underneath it.
Yeah, that thing is as tall as me. And so she was just like, she was a jerk. She was really mean to me growing up. But I mean, she's really nice now. We get along.
That's
now
all
good.
big siblings though, dude.
Yeah.
It's all of them are like that, especially that big of an age gap.
Yeah. And so growing up, it was just everything was super competitive all the time. And so, yeah, I can remember you had us do wall sits. And I was thinking, like, oh, because Shelby was like, oh, no one's going to, like, make fun of you or anything when you go to the gym. No one did make fun of me except for her. And
Yeah.
so you're like, yeah, do these wall sits. Just do it as long as you can. And I'm doing it. And then I was like, man, this is starting to hurt. And then Shelby's like, I don't know. I could just tell, like, she was starting to hurt too. But she's like, I'm not going to lose.
Right, yeah, if you look at the video, both of you are like, I wish I could show the video on the podcast here, like, but both of their legs are just shaking so much. But neither one of you were going to give up, dude. I don't remember who won, though.
I think she won.
Did she?
Because then she, like, posted it on, like, Instagram. I think she posted something about it on Snapchat.
Probably.
And I'm like,
That's pure
Come on,
stubbornness out of her.
yeah. And I was just like, okay, cool.
Oh, sorry, babe, if you're listening.
Yeah.
You're not stubborn, I promise.
I don't really need to apologize.
Yeah,
I've been
you're-
doing this for 18 years.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I started going to the gym, and I was talking to my dad about this when we were at the last lift the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I think what really, and this is probably just going to make me sound like a little baby. I think the thing that really knocked me out of it was, I wouldn't even say COVID. It was that 20 squat rep program. You remember that?
Dude, it's that program is nothing but mental.
Yeah.
It's so Matt's talking about there's this it's called super squats. If you guys are listening and you're interested in ever putting a lot of mass on you very quickly, there's a program called super squats. You can get on Amazon and buy a book. You do 20 reps of your 10 rep max. So that sounds impossible, but you do this thing called breathing squats. So like one set of 20 will take you anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes. It's brutal. I mean, like,
Oh,
people will legitimately cry. And it's not that it's that much physically demanding. I mean, it is, but it's just having that mental capacity and that mental drive to just not give up is all it is. It's just 100% mental.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it will make you absolutely jacked. But, like, yeah, we had multiple people that dropped out
yeah.
because of that program. I'm like, whatever, man. Like, I'm not here for the weak-minded. And I don't think a lot of people were weak-minded. Some people were weak-minded, but probably like in your case, like, dude, like, I just don't want to go kill myself every third day, which
Yeah.
I get.
I remember it was, I don't remember what weight it was, but it was either a PR or it was approaching my PR that I was getting to. And I think I failed it like 2 times in a row. Like 2
On the
classes.
20s?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
20s. And I failed it like 2 times in a row, and I was just like, I think I left that day and I was like, oh, it's whatever. And then one thing led to another. Like, it was like truly my calendar was, I don't know, I couldn't go one class and then I missed another class and then that was
Right, you
like it.
settle into that
Yeah.
that revolving door of never getting it back out,
Yeah.
right? Or getting back in.
And
That can be
even,
bad.
yeah, to this day, it's like I don't know, I still need to find the motivation to like, just to get back to the gym in general.
Yeah, I feel like I tell people a lot of times, do 3 weeks, like say, and if you can make something, do it for 3 weeks straight. It's no longer motivation that you need. It's just it's a habit. It's a daily routine, right? So like the best way to get in the gym and force yourself there, get past those 3 weeks. If you can do something for 3 weeks, like let's say you're gonna go 3 days a week, 3 days a week for 3 weeks. If you complete that, it'll turn into habit, and you don't no longer need that motivation. But for those 3 weeks, you can't miss, right? So I always tell people, I'm like, give me 3 weeks, 3 days a week, 3 weeks, and I promise it'll just become part of your life.
Yeah.
So, but trust me, I mean, I owned a gym for however many years, and there were still days that like I was super unmotivated to lift. Like I should have went today and I didn't. Like I was unmotivated, right? It happens, but as long as you stay on it, and and just remember why you're doing it, for health and to look jacked and
Yeah.
right. At the end of the day, we all want to look good too, but yeah, obviously, remembering why you're doing it to be healthy and all that stuff. And I got to do it for my job too. Like that's one of my biggest motivations is I have to be physically fit for my job because people depend on it. So,
Where are you working out now?
what do you mean?
Are you still at that
Firehouse?
gym? Oh yeah.
No, I mean like for the firehouse, like I have to be physically fit.
I mean, do they have a gym there? At the
Oh
firehouse?
yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't
it's
know
sick. Yeah, we got a super nice gym. I'm on.
Oh wait, I do know that.
Yeah, I lead the fitness committee at the firehouse too. So I went like probably the last 5 or 6 years. I've gotten this like super nice equipment, and we got bars, bumpers, squat racks, and rowers, and we do got everything and anything and everything you could ever want. We got dumbbells all the way up to like 120. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a good gym.
Yep.
It's small but nice.
Oh yeah, I mean they got tons. There's tons of equipment in there.
It's crammed in there, but it's sick.
I remember getting jacked sophomore year, yoked.
Yeah.
I mean, fairly yoked.
Yeah, you put a lot of size on quick.
And I had English class with Caitlin that year.
Mm-hmm.
So Caitlin, I'll tell you guys, Caitlin is my girlfriend, and I met her my sophomore year in my English class.
Oh, okay.
And dude, I had mad game because I was jacked.
You have no game.
I have tons of game.
Absolutely not. You have look at your haircut in those glasses right now. If this podcast was videoed, no one would ever watch. They'd see that face and that haircut. They'd be like, I'm out.
They're like, whoa, Woolly Mammoth's hosting this thing.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I always ask her now, I'm like, so did you think I was like jacked? And she's like, no, not really. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I didn't think I was either. I was just like asking
Right.
for a friend.
Right, yeah.
I was going to see if anyone else thought it.
It's like every dude, just please tell me I'm huge.
Yeah.
Please tell me I'm jacked. I do it all the time. I'll be like flexing in the mirror at the house. I'm like, Shelby, how jacked am I? And I'm like, I literally look like I'm 15 years old. For a guy that owned a gym for as long as I did, you'd think I'd be more jacked, but whatever.
Flexing the titty kitty?
Yeah, showing him baby.
So what made you like want to start the gym?
So like I was into fitness ever since high school. Like I wrestled, so I was always in the gym. And then out of high school, I became a fireman. And then I started to dive into like CrossFit. And that was cool and all. Like I have no beef with CrossFit by any means. Say what you will about it. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Whatever. But in CrossFit, I found Olympic weightlifting in that. And then slowly I started just becoming an Olympic weightlifter. And then I went to these seminars. And then one thing led to another. Like I ended up going to Russia and training with the Russian Olympic team in Russia for like 35 days over there. And when I came back, people like were just asking questions about it. And then I set up this little home gym. And on like Saturdays, my little home gym would just be me and Coach Al. And then slowly, dude, like I don't even know how it happened. Like 15 people would be crammed in this little basement of mine trying to learn snatch and clean and jerk. I'm like, what the heck? So I found out I was a much better coach than I was athlete. And before that, I was coaching fitness as well. I was coaching at a CrossFit gym, doing personal training, doing a little weightlifting. So I was always kind of in the fitness industry for a long time. But just slowly somehow realized I was a much better coach than athlete, and people gravitated towards me. And I enjoyed it a lot. So just was like, well, let's see if I can make this a business. So it was super successful. Things just happened that we couldn't continue anymore. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, if I was able to have what I had space wise, I would have never quit. It's just yeah. So it just is. It is what it is. I'll probably open up another one again.
Was there anyone that went to the gym, like your home gym, that continued to go to Backwoods after? Like when you opened Backwoods?
Oh yeah. When we first opened, a lot of people came over. The only thing is my home gym was in Hebron, and then the new gym was out in Walton, which is like 25 minutes. So I think that killed a lot of it. People did. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody wants to drive a half an hour to go to the gym every day, right? So I think a lot of people that, like those old school people, didn't come around. But like if you look at people that were from the beginning, like Coach Al, Eric Thomas, Tyler Brake, like these people still would pop in like once a week or once every other week. Like they still did come around. It just wasn't an everyday thing. So yeah, for sure. We still had like our OG guys.
I was gonna ask something else. So like you said you went from having your home gym in Hebron to opening, I guess it was Backwoods in Walton. What kind of did you have any worry, I guess, going like that far and hoping to maintain the same amount of customer base?
No, I mean, there was financial worries, right? Like just dropping all this coin on gym equipment and like, all right, am I going to be able to repay this? Like, or not repay it, but like, am I going to be able to make this profitable? Like, I got a lot of money sitting in this gym now. Like, one barbell is $1,200. Like, these are super high end, bars. It's not like what you have at the Y or Crunch. Like, we have very expensive, very specific weightlifting equipment. So it was very expensive. So that was probably my biggest worry, was like dropping all this money and like, gosh, dude, I hope I can recoup it. And then, but no, like I never had to worry that I wouldn't have members. Like I just knew I would. Like, that I saw a need for it in the area for a good weightlifting club, and I knew people asked for it. So I wasn't really so much worried about that. No, to be honest.
Did you have like a year or time that there was a big boom that like a lot of people just flooded in?
Like probably like 6 months in.
Really?
Like we were there, and like I was pushing on Instagram a lot. I tried Facebook too, like ads. I was pushing Facebook ads at the beginning, and then I was realizing like when you do Facebook ads, you get your demographics back, and you can see like who was looking at it, age, area, male, female, whatever. And I was like, dude, this thing is like just pulling a bunch of 65-year-old meemaws. Like that's all that, Well, I'll take meemaws too, like everyone can lift. But I'm like, so then I started pushing Instagram ads. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting that 16 to like 25, 30-year-old is demographics I was hitting. And that, when I really started pushing those ads, it helped out tremendously.
Yeah.
Like really a lot. And then I saw the value in doing Instagram ads and paying for it. It's so cheap, dude. And you could like pay $5 and you hit 5,000 people. Like,
yeah.
Okay, cool. If you get one person out of that, totally worth it. So, yeah, Instagram ads are key, especially like today. I don't know. Like I'm sure like Instagram is slowly going down, right? Like Twitter is now huge, and TikTok and stuff. But those things are pretty hard to advertise on. I would imagine. I never went down those two paths, but yeah, Instagram's huge.
Yeah. Did you have many people who came like that, like saw an Instagram ad and then stayed for a really long time?
Oh yeah. We had people that did. Yeah, straight up just saw our Instagram ad, and then I had my first website I built was horrible, like super, like not very good, user friendly. It didn't have good information on it. So then around that same time, I took a lot of time and I created my website and I made it really nice. And like Big Mike, you remember Big Mike, right?
Yeah.
So like Big Mike just went on and Googled I also went on Google and made sure like my business was the first one that would come up. Like there's keywords that you have to put in on your websites and stuff for when you get Googled, like that's what pops up first. So like I did all this work to make sure I was the first thing that get popped up. And when Mike said, like, I had this guy Mike, he was at the gym, literally probably the second longest out of anybody. He's like, the reason I came here is because your website was nice. He's like, it looked good, it gave prices, it gave descriptions, it was super easy to read, it said exactly what everything is, and there was no questions left. Like really simple. And I also had it set up where it would email, like you know how you can always do like contact us and you write those little crappy email boxes.
Yeah.
Well, you could pay a little extra and it'll go directly to your phone through a text. So I could sit there, boom, get it, and an email response back like that. So that helped out too. Instead of like, you know how it is, like contact us today and you don't hear nothing for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And by then you might have already found somebody else to train you. So staying on top of stuff like that really helped. But yeah, absolutely. Mike was there for 6 years, and he found us just straight up by Googling us.
So how long, like, in total was the gym open?
At that location, or from like the start of it at the house? Because we were a registered club at the house as well.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, we were a registered USAL club there.
So was it called Backwoods when it was?
The name's always been Backwoods Kentucky Barbell.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so in 2014 is when we became a registered club at the house.
So.
And then I moved. We figured out the other week, I was at Triple Crown. I rented space out Triple Crown Athletic for like 5.5 years. So wherever that takes us, year-wise.
Okay. So you were at your home gym for probably like three 3-ish years.
Yeah, somewhere around there. A couple summers. I remember few winters I remember because it was cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, a couple years in there. And then also, like, I'd bounce around and, like, pay other gyms money to let me use their space. Like, if I wanted to train somebody sometimes. So, yeah, we just kind of bounced around. We didn't have that dedicated home, though, until, like I said, 5.5 years ago.
Yeah. So when did you, I guess, meet up with Nick and then with Triple Crown to get that space?
So, right around that time, I wrote up a business plan and was taken around to all these other gyms and different. I was trying to like sublease, and so I was trying to find space, and I couldn't find nothing. And then one day I get a phone call from a dude named Dustin. Dustin, who owns Triple Crown Athletic. He called me up and was like, "Hey man, I heard you're a weightlifter in the area. I got some equipment for sale if you'd be interested." I was like, "Yeah, sure, dude. Well, whatever. Like, I'll come down, check it out." So yeah, it was selling these things called blocks, and I go into this gym. I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, I'll take these blocks. Heck yeah, man." He's like, "Hey, well, instead of you buying them, you just bring your barbell club here." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "We'd never met. Like from meeting him to him saying that was like 3 minutes."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe, man. Like, I don't know. I was like, "What would you charge me?" He's like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out." I was like, "What days?" He's like, "Whatever, man." I was like, "Well, how much could I charge my members?" And he's like, "We'll figure it out." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, just bring your stuff here tomorrow and just just open it up." Like, that was the end of it. I was like, "What?" So, like, for literally, I was there for like 2 months. We didn't have a contract signed. Dustin was like the most easygoing dude to do business with.
Yeah.
Because I subleased space out of there. Like, he just literally was like, "Yeah, man, just do whatever. Like, go ahead, dude." But he was like, "Yeah, man, like, I already did my research on you. Like, I talked to people in the community, and like, he's like, I already knew you were like someone I could get along with."
Mm-hmm.
So, but before, like, I legitimately like brought my equipment there, like, I hung out for probably like 2 weeks. I just lifted and got to know people in that gym, and I wanted to make sure like it was a atmosphere like I wanted to be a part of too. And Dustin was like, literally, just do whatever you want. And I was like, "Okay, cool, this is perfect. Like, this is what I want to do, and Dustin's gonna let me do whatever I want." So, full send.
Yeah. So, I know you said you did some stuff over in Russia.
Yeah.
Doing like weightlifting there. What did you like? How did you get to that point where you were like, "I'm going to Russia"?
Dude, Russia was so weird. Number one, first off, Russia's awesome. Like, whatever political stuff you think is going on, I don't know, whatever. Going there to visit is absolutely awesome, dude. Russia's wild, man. There's no rules. It's like the Wild West. And it's the people are really, really nice. It's a beautiful country. Like, unfortunately, Russia gets like a little bit of a bad stigma, I feel like, that it's just dark and gloomy and ugly and the people are cold. Not true at all, man. Like, everyone I met was super nice. They loved us. Like, there was no beef at all. But anywho, how I got there, the rush, dude, I don't even know how, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to sit here and like remember exactly how it went. But there's this Olympic weightlifter named Dmitry Kolkov. He was a silver medalist back in 2008, I believe it was, and he wanted to do this camp to allow anybody from around the world to come train with their Olympians and at their Olympic committee or their Olympic training center. So you had to fill out this application, and I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to get it. Like, I'm a small nobody. Like, I've made nationals a few times, but I'm nothing, right? I submitted my numbers, and I got an email back. I was like, oh. And in the email, it asked some questions, and I responded a little bit more. And then I got another email back that said, hey, can we Skype? At that time, it was like Skype was everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah. So Dmitry Kolkov to me is like, Dmitry Kolkov is like literally like the Tom Brady of weightlifting. Like, he's probably the biggest name. He's if you look on Instagram, he's got the most following out of any weightlifter in history. Like, millions of followers, like big time superstar type weightlifter. And I was like, oh yeah, like absolutely, I'll Skype you. He's like 10 minutes. I was like, so I literally was running around, like I pulled a cool shirt on, like I was like a little schoolgirl, dude, just so happy. Like, I was like a 14-year-old girl meeting NSYNC or whatever now is like Justin Bieber or whatever you guys listen to. But so I FaceTimed him, and he was like, so he's like, who is your coach? And I was like, I don't have a coach, man. He's like, you lift this much without a coach? And I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, you come to Russia, I make you better. I was like, oh shit, dude, like, hell yeah, like, let's go. So he was just impressed. Like, my numbers weren't super good, but I guess that he was impressed by me not having a coach and that I lifted that well. And he liked how I was a little guy. I'm only 5'3". At that time, I was weighing 61 kilos, so 129 pounds. So, and I guess all these other dudes were real big dudes, and he was like, I want a little lightweight to come in. So he's like, yeah, come to Russia, dude, and here's the money. Like, send me a crap ton of money to this super random Russian bank account. I was like, well, I hope this is real. I wired him a bunch of money, and I got one little email back that said, be in Russia this day. That's it. That's the only information I got. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I jumped on a plane, landed in Russia, got taken into a room with a bunch of super scary dudes with like full ARs and full size weapons, and like a room like this size, and they were asking me a bunch of questions in Russian.
So
I don't know. I didn't speak.
just sitting there like,
yeah, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, they were going through my bag and all this, and then finally they just zipped my bag and let me go. So I'm walking through the airport. I have no idea if anyone's picking me up. I have no address of where I'm supposed to go. Nothing. And then finally, there's this dude that's got a sign that says weightlifting in like terribly written English. And I look, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's got to be me, right? And I look over, and it's this dude named another idol of mine, Dmitry Berestov, who was a gold medalist. I was like, is that freaking Dmitry Berestov? I'm like, okay, I guess I'm getting in the car with this dude. So he's like, just like waved me on. He didn't speak a lick of English. I jumped in this car, and next thing we know, we're bombing like 100 miles an hour down these sketchy Russian roads, man. And that was the end of it. I mean, that was the whole thing. Like, I FaceTimed him one time, got one email that said, be here at this day. That was it. Jumped, and then we went to the training facility and was there for like, I think 35 days. So it was sick.
Yeah, that sounds pretty wild.
Russia's awesome.
Some little dude running around in Russia. Somebody
me?
please help me. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Yeah, we went out to the bars one night, and that was pretty crazy. That was really crazy, actually. Russia is, dude, it's so cool. It's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's I won't go on the radio here and say all went down, but it was a lot of fun, for sure.
So did you just do like training and stuff there? I thought you did like a competition.
No, so
somewhere.
It was just training. So we trained twice a day. So we trained just like their Olympians. So over there, Russia is like football here, man. Like, these dudes are superstars. Like, when I said we went out to the bars one night, like Berestov, literally, we got off the bus downtown Moscow, and he has this Russian like team jacket, right? It's like their Olympian uniform, but it's a jacket. And we went in November, so there was snow on the ground. I mean, it was cold, right? Mm-hmm. He takes his jacket off, takes off under his underclothes, and puts his jacket back on, but leaves it unzipped. So it's this dude that's just got this jacket on, unzipped, walking down the streets of Moscow, smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, what the piss? And then, like, paparazzi started coming up and taking photos of him and stuff. And we go into the bars. He would just walk behind the bar, pour himself a beer, and start handing beers out. Like, women were all over him. Like, it was like going down. It was like we were kicking it with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, it was super weird. I had no idea that they loved weightlifting. Like, he was a superstar, man. It was cool. I mean, it wasn't like, maybe not Tom Brady, but definitely like a well-known athlete, right? But anyhow, yeah, we trained. So these guys are professional athletes. So they live there and they train. So we trained in the morning, and then we trained in the evening, and then we had a seminar every night. So we did 2 training sessions plus seminar every night. And in between our 2 training sessions, we did recovery every day. So sauna, massage, cold baths, eat. It was sick. Yeah. Got to live like a pro athlete for 30-something days.
Mm-hmm. Have you, like, talked to him since then?
Not Kolkov. I think a few times, just randomly on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Berestov a few times on Instagram. Emailed a few times. But I have a buddy, our translator. I stayed pretty good contact with him. Me and him became pretty close. I stayed in contact with him, and then a couple other of the weightlifters I met, I've definitely stayed in contact with too. Like, we always joke around, like, because there was people there from United States, Canada, Mexico, Lithuania, Norway, Spain, Australia. I mean, there's people from all over the world there. We always keep saying, like, one of these days we're gonna have a reunion somewhere. Probably will never happen, but it'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. What was, like, the most, aside from, like, working out and stuff like that, and, like, you know, getting noticed, or them, I guess, being around them when they're getting noticed out on the streets and stuff, what was, like, the coolest thing you did?
Going to the Red Square. So, like, the Red Square is, like, if you think of Russia, like, the church that's got, like, the Christmas cones or ice cream cones on top.
Yeah.
That's That's the Red Square. So there's I can't think of what that church is called right now. That's super bad of me. So the church is there. Then there's this giant plaza, and then the Kremlin, which is like their White House, like all their parliament and government is right next to that. And just walking around downtown Moscow, man, like it was beautiful. It's really cool. I saw a protest happening.
Oh, really?
That was wild. It was a protest for communism. It was a bunch of old people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they were like all like 80 plus, and they wanted communism back. It was super weird. Like I asked my translator, I was like, dude, what the heck is this about? They're like, they want communism back. And I was like, why? They're like, because then if they didn't have nothing, at least they had something. Like they were given daily bread and at home. I was like, that's crazy to think that there's people out there that wanted that.
Yeah.
And then people over there, man, like they like, you know, remember they've only been free since what, like the early 90s, right? Like 92, 93, like full, you know, liberated. So like people do like, you know, there's only been 20 years that they could buy whatever they wanted, or 30 years. So everyone dresses, I mean, super nice, dude. Like every woman has a Louis Vuitton. Dudes are wearing Gucci, and like everyone just goes nuts over fashion over there. Like I was talking to my translator, like when he was a kid, he wasn't allowed to have a sweatsuit because that was only for athletes. So when the Soviet Union fell, he could go buy a sweatsuit, and he was like, remember, he was so ecstatic just to be able to buy a matching sweatsuit. So like, yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, definitely just going to the Red Square, walking around downtown Moscow.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild.
I can't imagine like going there and then coming back, just the huge shift of everything.
It was. It's definitely a culture shock. I mean, they do things a lot different, but they're, like I said, at the end of the day, dude, they were super nice.
Yeah.
Super clean culture.
Really?
Like, very clean. Like a lot of the businesses and places you would go in the public, there'd just be a hand washing station. Like you could eat off the floor almost everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And everyone's super healthy. Like besides like the 80-year-old babushkas, like the old grandmas, like everyone else is super skinny.
Yeah.
Like fit. So they take fashion and health and stuff like very important.
Did you eat? Was there anything that you ate there that was like, I don't know, that they maybe don't have over here?
Yeah, I mean, their food is different. They eat a lot of fermented fruit and vegetables. Like
they eat it?
Yeah, fermented. Like I don't know what that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, dude. Like and fish, like fermented fish.
Oh.
Not really for me, like at all. But that's just. I don't even know if it's really fermented. It's just like a vegetable salad. That just was really gross to me, and that was served almost every meal. I didn't like that. But other than that, their eggs. I don't like their eggs either.
So did they have you on like a meal plan kind of thing?
Dude, we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. Like we lived there at this. It was like kind of like a college. Like you had dorms.
Yeah.
And then you would go down every day and get breakfast, lunch, dinner provided for you. But yeah, I mean, like I had rabbit, which I grew up eating. I mean, I grew up hunting and stuff, but I've never been to like a restaurant that served just rabbit like so casually.
Yeah.
But we went out to a nice dinner one night and I got rabbit. There is an immense amount of vodka that is drank. I mean, like I hate to be like, oh, the stereotype is true, but it is, man. They love vodka, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So, you want to get to the soup?
Yeah, man.
You want to get the real beef and potatoes? Isn't that the phrase?
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Like I said, yeah. I mean, if
Same
you prefer beef, yeah, man. So, dude, I'm super bummed out about the whole soup thing. I'm not gonna lie.
How so?
Cause since you've been asking me this, I make a soup, and it's one of my favorite dishes that I make. And because today was all crazy and I was at the firehouse yesterday, I didn't get time to make it. Mm-hmm. So I'm like super bummed out. So I make a soup. It's called Zupa Toscana. It's a spicy sausage and potato cream-based soup. But Olive Garden makes one as well.
Oh, so, really?
I think mine's way better. There's a little bit of differences, but and I hate Olive Garden, to be honest. Like Olive Garden's like my least favorite restaurant in history.
Why?
Dude, I just think it's trash, man. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I feel like it's microwave Italian food, dude. I just don't like it, man. I don't.
Do you like the breadsticks?
I mean, yeah, their breadsticks and their salad is pretty bomb, right?
Yeah.
We can admit that. But after that, I'm out on Olive Garden. But like I said, they have a soup. It's very similar. Like I said, it's called Zupa Toscana. So unfortunately, you're gonna hear some bags opening. It's pretty good. So
yeah, I came prepared today.
I got you a bowl and a spoon. I heard on your first podcast, Seth didn't. Is it Seth?
Gabe.
Gabe's. I don't know why I thought Seth. Yeah, you guys had to like share a spoon all
No,
romantically.
It was bread.
It was bread.
He
You got-
brought like
you guys,
a
I mean,
half a
it's
loaf
cool.
of
You
bread.
guys had a romantic moment in the booth. It's cool.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Um,
It was like
so I made sure I brought a bowl for you today. Look, man, look at this, big dog.
what a guy.
Come on, man. Oh, dude, look.
Dude.
Speaking of breadsticks,
Oh, we got like a whole meal.
it even came with a mint.
Let's go.
So let's get you a portion. This part, like, we need to speed up, right? Like, the listeners are out there, like, yeah, dude, I don't care about you pouring a bowl of soup.
Yeah. Everyone who's listening, go buy the soup right now and join in.
A zuba descana. It's like a cream-based sausage and potato with kale. It's a little spicy.
With kale.
There's kale in it. Oh, don't be a baby.
I'm not being a baby. I don't know. I never had kale before.
Try to get you some of the goods.
Woo! This is pretty fun.
This is nice.
I saw a comment on from my last episode, and someone said we need a soup rating system. I was like,
Yeah,
"That's
dude,
pretty-"
you came out of the gate with a 10, bro.
Well, it was. I mean,
Dude, that's hard. I mean,
I couldn't do Gabe like that, man.
I know,
Gabe,
but
if you're
now,
listening, I'm just kidding.
I mean, Gabe, I'm sure your soup deserved a 10. But, yeah, dude, like, you ever watch Barstool Sports, right?
Yeah,
Dave Portnoy. One bite, everybody knows the rule. You need to do, like, one sip, everybody knows the rule.
yeah. Except yeah. I was okay. So, here's what I think I'm gonna do. Cause here's what I'm.
We got
worried about.
Parmesan cheese, too, bro.
Oh, can I have some?
Yeah, bro. Oh, you got a whole packet right there.
Oh. So I don't want to be rude, because that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about being rude and being like, your soup sucks.
Dude, you got to be honest.
So
right?
here's-
I mean, Dave, you look at Barstool, that pizza review got him super famous because he's honest, right?
Yeah.
People want to know where to get the goods at. It's okay if if your buddy brings a soup in, that's not your jam.
That's
It's okay.
oh, just dropped the packet in my soup. Can I put it back in the bag?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you had.
Oh my god. I mean, it's pretty. It's a little. It needs to be warmer. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's been sitting here for like an hour,
Oh, that's good.
but it's good. I'm very interested. One sip, everybody knows the rules.
You guys want to smell it through the mic? It smells pretty good. Should I get? Is that zucchini?
No, it's a potato, you psycho. It's potato, sausage, and kale.
I didn't get a sausage.
Oh, you
wait.
didn't get any sausage?
No, there's some right here.
There you
Never
go. One bite, everybody knows the rule.
Oh, that is good.
You like it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Gabe, but this is better than last week.
Oh, boo, baby! Let's go!
So here's what I think I'm going to do with the rating system, because I was thinking about it. I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Dude, it's too soft, Matt.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone 3 points right off the bat, because 3's a cool number, because you
Like,
can
you-
do this.
Well, that and they brought a soup,
They brought a soup,
right?
and they're a nice person.
Right.
I'm not going to have someone on here who's a jerk.
And if they don't bring a soup, automatic 0,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But you brought a soup. You get some points.
Yeah. So here's what I'm either going to do like a soup rating system where every time they come on, I like rate their soup, which is probably, it's what I'm leaning more towards. Or I will at the like end of, I don't know, every 4 weeks or something, I'll rate it like 1 to 4. Number 1's the best. What do you think I should do?
I like a daily rating.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Because, I would like want a daily rating because if I hear like, dang, dude, like, he just gave that soup a solid 8.9, I'm going to go out tomorrow and get me that soup, baby. I want the soup,
That's a good point.
All right.
This is very good.
We need a number, Matt. We got to think of, consistency, thickness, flavor. You got to bring it all in. You don't have to hurt my feelings. I want a
Okay.
true number here, buddy.
So automatic 3. Because
Boom,
Dylan's
3
a good
points.
guest.
3 points
and
on
he
the
brought
board.
soup. And actually, no. I'm tagging on another 2 points. Breadstick. Boom.
Boom. I went to 5.
So you got 5 out of 10. So what was it? You said consistency,
I don't know. We'll have to
flavor.
we'll have to do something. Come up with you don't want a soup that's just too watery,
Yeah.
right? That's broth. It's
Yeah.
got to have some ass behind it, right?
Yeah.
So like thickness, not thickness. What is that?
I think consistency is the right word.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah, consistency, flavor.
Let me write this down.
I don't know what else is. What makes a good soup?
All right, consistency, flavor, spice.
Like-
Because that could go into it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want a soup. I'm a spicy dude, you know.
You like spicy?
Oh, very much, yeah.
Well, good. I went with the spicy soup, potato, kale. Sorry if the listeners out here listen to me slurping the soup up.
All right, so if they brought a soup, flavor,
Fillingness
consistency.
or whatever, not fillingness, like
be able to fill you up. I hate a soup.
We'll call it fillingness.
I hate a soup where I have to eat 17 bowls.
Yeah. So we got consistency, flavor, fillingness. If they brought a soup, and what was the other one? Oh, spice. That's what we're gonna do. That's gonna be the.
You gotta listen up, y'all. Mike likes spicy soup.
You mean Matt?
I just called you your dad's name.
Yeah.
Didn't I?
Just
My
call
bad,
me
dog.
Mike. This
Yeah.
is Mike's podcast.
Yeah,
now.
well, Mike does love spicy things.
Mike does.
He
love
would have put
spicy things.
17 jalapenos in it,
He would've been like,
crying like, it's really good.
This isn't good enough. Dumps like the entire what we have in the garden right now. We still have peppers growing in the garden.
I'm sure he does.
Um.
Hit me with a number, Matt.
Okay.
Tell
I
me,
just want to
man.
break it down. This is all on Dylan's shoulders. So if you guys don't like it, I don't care. I'm just kidding. That's extremely rude. This is all on Dylan's shoulders right now. So we got if they brought a soup, so that's our automatic 3. You brought breadsticks, so that already takes you to a 5. You got a 5 out of 10 right now. Flavor, I'm gonna give it.
You're gonna give like each one its own number?
No, I'm
No,
not gonna
dude, don't
That's
do that.
bad.
Yeah, you just got to think of those things.
Well, I'm already giving you 5 because
Right.
you brought breadstick and soup, so that's already 5. So, I mean, the consistency, as much as I don't like to say it, that's probably what's gonna bring it down the most. It's a very like watery soup.
Well, I think I had a lot of the goods in here still when I poured it out.
Well,
But I
that's-
get you. I get you. You're right. No, that's
Okay.
your bite. No, you're right.
This is
That's
my
your bite.
podcast. I'll make you walk out this
That's
door
right.
right now. Filling this, I don't know. You know, I'd have to eat more.
Right.
So
That's true.
spice, it's fairly spicy. And flavor is where it brings it home.
Okay, what do I got, big dog? I'm over here
I'm gonna give you.
shaking.
I'm gonna give you 7.9.
7.9? I'm
7.9
good
out
with
of
that.
10.
That's almost an 8.
7.9 out of 10.
I was thinking long as it beats a 7, because a
Yeah.
7 is like, oh, that's a good soup, but you're probably never gonna go get it again.
Yeah.
An 8, like a good solid even 8, you'll go out of your way to go get that soup. So
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it myself, because I will say I think mine's got a lot more meat, and you know what? There's also bacon in that, and I forgot I put way more bacon in mine. Like mine's got way more stuff in it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that up to like a solid 8.3, I bet. And like in a couple weeks when you do that, you're gonna have to be like, hey, just let everyone know, Dylan made it. I'm gonna have to give that one an 8.3.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuttal
We'll have to get you back on when you make it.
for that soup.
Yeah.
I got other soups I can make, dude.
All right. That's a good point. We'll have to get you back on when you bring another one, and then I'll just eat this one.
What are you gonna do about the summertime? Still make people eat soup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It'd be like mid-August and someone brought a chili in.
They're gonna be like, this soup, it's really spicy, and I also just took it off the burner.
Your dad just texted me too.
What'd he say?
What year truck do you like? What a random dad text.
Can I have a breadstick?
Yeah, man.
Woo! Got a big long one.
I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Got a big got a good one. That's what
Yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna
saying NKU's about to kick you off the podcast. You're done.
Got a good a good breadstick.
Good deal, man. Yeah.
Last week, Gabe, I took off a little piece of bread. I'm probably really quiet. I took off a little piece of bread to dip it in the soup. His soup was very thick, but I do think it had good flavor.
I've had it from
Yeah.
Panera's. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was good. What I think his lacked in that yours had, the spice obviously, and I mean I want to say flavor, but it had good flavor.
For me, the broccoli cheddar soup is one of the soups that I could eat 17 bowls in. There's nothing super. There's no potato. There's no meat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want a soup that's gonna fill daddy up, and I could eat a lot of broccoli cheddar soup, man.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was good soup.
Oh yeah, it's really good. It is. It's a good side soup, not a good meal soup.
Yeah,
It is
not
very good.
It's like
Yeah, sorry, Gabe. I'm talking trash over your soup over here. It
Yeah.
is good soup.
Yeah, sorry, Gabe. It's I don't know. You're still 7'3", so I guess you weren't really too sad about that.
Was
Um,
5'3" not cool, bro?
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I just said being 7'3" is pretty cool.
Wow.
But it was a good soup. I mean,
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'm gonna take back that 10.
No, you can't do that to my boy Gabe. I don't even know him, dude. That's brutal. Gabe, your soup's a 10.
Okay.
it's a good
saved
tip.
because it was first episode.
Yeah,
it's
first-
already locked in.
Yeah, you don't want you ever dare say that to Gabe.
Don't ever date Gabe.
Yeah, don't ever date Gabe. I mean, I guess you could date him, man. We're all cool around here, I guess.
Dude, Gabe came in here, and obviously that doorway's pretty tall. Actually, stand next to that doorway real quick.
I don't know if I could fit through the door. Not height-wise, because I'm so thick.
Been eating too much soup.
Yeah. Too wide, bro.
Oh yeah, I don't remember if he had a duck down coming through the door, but it was probably
well, if I'm
really
5'3",
close.
well, is that about a foot?
Maybe a little bit more.
So he's probably at least to here, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, can I touch his... I'm trying to think if I could touch a 7-foot ceiling.
I don't even know if I could touch the top of his head. I'm like 6'1".
You could easily touch the top of his head.
Oh yeah, I could.
That was the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Yeah. Standing, I don't know if I could.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Give him a head pat next time you see him.
Yeah.
Test it
How
out.
you doing, buddy? Pat him on the head. Let him know his place, you know?
Right.
Well, it's a fun episode.
Yeah, I
Very
enjoyed
good
it, man.
episode. It was very good soup, especially.
Yeah, I've done a couple podcasts now, and I definitely had the most fun out of this one. Some
Let's
of 'em-
go.
Yeah, some of them I've been on, dude, has been super boring. There's like, ugh, and they just like bunch of nerds.
So
Like-
what would you rate this podcast? Like factoring in some things too.
Oh,
Like
compared to what? Joe Rogan?
no.
I mean, you know what I mean? Joe
Talking about that.
Rogan or like Rogan or like I don't know. There's some good or like one of my podcasts I really like is Meat Eater. It's a hunting podcast. Like there's some huge podcasts. How about this? How about I'll give it a rating to other. I've been on. This will be my 5th podcast.
Really?
Yeah. All the first 4 were all weightlifting podcasts I've been on.
Okay.
Like remotely. Like I have to like get on a computer and like sign in or like do But from the 5 that I've been on, I'm gonna give this a solid. I think I'm gonna go with an even 9.
Really?
Yeah, easily. Actually, yeah,
Oh.
9.0. There's always
I'll take
room.
it.
There's
That's very
always there's
good.
room for improvement, right?
That's true.
But like I said last week, your very first podcast, and let's be honest, you don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to figure out your groove, right?
Yeah.
I listened to the whole thing. I don't even know who Gabe is, but I was sitting there listening to it. I was invested into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big thing. Like sometimes, like you watch, and I don't know. I don't want to say I was just doing it because it was you. Like I legitimately wanted to listen to it. Like
Yeah.
It was entertaining, and I think as you go along, you'll find like ways to keep people interacted or interested in it, and keep you do a really good job of keeping the conversation going, right? Lull moments is always like the worst probably thing for a podcast when you just sit here and look at each other for like 15 seconds trying to
Yeah.
figure out what to say next. But no, it was good, man. I really enjoyed last week's, and I think obviously like the number one thing you got to do is make sure you get like awesome people on podcast, right? So just try to find like people that are not scared to talk, right? Like talkative people is going to be key. But you can bring Big Mike on. You'd bring your dad on here and have him talk about like gardening or something.
Yeah. Mike, talk about the text that you sent to Dylan during our podcast
Yeah.
last week.
I bet Mike would actually be really funny. He would be the ultimate dad podcast. You know what I mean? Like dad edition.
He'd be sitting over there. He'd be like, "I want that comfy chair."
Right. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm like, Matt, you don't have any coffee? Where's the coffee?
Yeah. Does anyone want any coffee?
Let me tell you something, Matthew.
I'd say something like, "Yeah, I really appreciate having you on." He goes, "Let me tell you an interesting story about having
Yeah.
someone on
Yeah.
a podcast."
In 1974, me and your mother. Like, where's this going?
I told
Mike,
my
I'm
mom.
sorry, man. I'm talking about you. This is my future father-in-law.
He'll probably
He's gonna beat me up now.
yeah, he's gonna listen to it and be like,
Yeah, probably. That little shit.
he'll be like, "Wait, I will have to get him next time I see him."
Yep, probably.
Um,
No, it's a good podcast. And like I said, I truly did enjoy it coming
Thank you,
out
man.
here.
That
It was
means a lot.
fun.
I was telling my mom last night. I was like, "I gotta get you and my dad on," and she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I think that'd be super funny."
Oh, your mom and your dad.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you could get things come up with stuff they're gonna listen and know what you're planning now. But I would find stuff where they could get bickering at each other.
yeah,
Like that'd be hilarious to hear that on a podcast. You know what I mean? Like where how your mom's like Michael. You know what I mean? Like Mike. You know what I mean? And then like they could start just like, it's things that, not like argument, but just be like, get them going on each other.
Talk about how my dad used to date Jennifer Aniston.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And she'll be like, yeah, and I dated Brad Pitt.
Yeah, exactly. Just things that get them going. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I would like to get them on soon. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
My mom was like, she's like, what if I just brought like a really gross soup?
So it just gets a bad rating.
Yeah, just give you a really bad
And
rating.
get out the door.
You'd have to live with that for the rest of your life. I got
Yeah.
a bad soup rating.
Yeah, I'm on your son's podcast.
Yeah, your son gave you a bad rating because your soup was so bad.
I mean, that's pretty brutal to your mom, bro.
That is tough. But, I mean, if she goes out of her way to find a bad soup,
I mean, Vicky Scott, my mom is, she's, I don't know if I want much of Vicky's cooking.
what if I get Vicky on here?
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, you know who you need to get on here?
Nick Scott. I just texted him the other
dude,
day.
You need to get Nick. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Nick, oh my gosh, like Nick would blow up on Rogan. Like if a
Oh, yeah.
legitimate big podcast and let Nick just be Nick, he would be so famous. Nick would be, if he ever gets Nick on this podcast, I'm
getting
telling you
Nick on
guys,
this podcast.
and just let him talk about whatever he wants to talk about, man. Because you gotta, dude, it'll be great.
Dude, I texted him the other day, and I sent him the link to the podcast. I was like, hey, man, if you wouldn't mind listening to it and just let me know what you think, I'd really appreciate it. And he goes, oh, hell yeah, dude, this is awesome. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, thanks, man. And he's like, I want to be on sometime. And I was like, dude, of course.
He'll love it. That'd be hilarious. Nick's my brother, y'all. He's like 7 or 8 years older than me, but he is. We always joke that Nick could have been the biggest reality star in history. Like he has such an interesting life, and he is. I don't even know how to describe Nick. He's awesome. He's just all over the place, but very interesting dude.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I can't wait. Dude, yeah, we'll have to get him over here for sure.
That's
That'd
when I'll
be
break
sick.
out the interrogation light.
Yeah, I don't.
Nicholas Scott, we have a couple questions for you.
Like, I plead the fifth, man. I'm out, dude. I'm out, man.
Well, do you have any closing messages?
Man, I just want to say thanks, and all you out there, just continue to support small podcasts like this, and support guys that are trying to make a run at it. And one day you'll listen to this podcast, and maybe in a few years, Matt's blown up, and he's putting Joe Rogan out, out of his #1 spot or something, So just always, it's just kind of like goes back to that support local business, support small artists, support small entrepreneurs, and but absolutely, man, I had a blast. I look forward to hearing all the podcasts in the future. Like I said, thank you very, very much.
Sorry, I had to burp. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Dylan.
Absolutely, big dog.
Put her there.
Yeah, put her there. Yeah, thank you very much, man. That was fun.
Thank you for coming on, Dylan, and thank you guys for listening. I hope you listened the whole way through. But feel free to leave a review. And like I've said in the past, I got the Soup Podcast Instagram. So if someone wants to be on next, let me know. I'd love to get you guys on. Thank you, and have a great rest of your guys' day.